right, Domingo, it's 7 o'clock. We have a quorum. It's up to you whenever you like.
All right, we'll start now. Okay, it goes as follows. On June 26, 2020, the governor of Illinois issued a statewide disaster declaration related to public health concerns. As head of this body, I have determined that an in-person meeting or a meeting otherwise conducted in accordance with the Open Meetings Act is neither practical nor prudent because of the disaster. This meeting will be conducted by internet teleconference without the physical presence of a quorum. Prior to the commencement of this meeting, all members of this body were verified and could be seen and heard one another. I further find that the physical presence of members of the public is not feasible at this meeting due to the disaster, and more specifically, the practical difficulties associated with accommodating the public within an accessible, hygienic location that allows for appropriate social distancing. Alternative arrangements have been made to allow the public to contemporaneously hear all discussion and roll call votes live on the city's official website, on Facebook, and via Zoom teleconference. Notice of these arrangements have been given in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. The public may address this body consistent with the rules previously adopted and recorded and as adopted by mayoral order. Alderman Tom Hawley, a member of this body, is physically present at our regular meeting location. All votes shall be conducted by roll call, and a verbatim record of this meeting shall be made and maintained in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. We'll start the meeting with the meeting called to order. Now we'll move on to number 2, the Pledge of Allegiance, and it goes as follows. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Clerk, could I have roll call, please?
Sure. Hawley. He must be having trouble logging in here. Farrenwald.
Here.
Farrenwald here. Hill.
Here.
Hill here. Mack.
Here.
Mack here. Carr.
Here.
Carr here. Zellman.
Here.
Zellman here. Clinker.
Here.
Clinker here. Steve-O. Steve-O.
Here.
Steve-O here. Johnson.
Here.
Johnson here. Alexander.
Here.
Alexander here. Bellato. Bellato absent. Casidas.
Here.
Casidas here. Rita. Rita absent. Donahue.
Here.
Donahue here. Hawley.
Here.
Hawley here. 12 present, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to number 4, presentation of journal proceedings. I'll need a motion and a second to approve the City Council minutes for the date of October the 13th, 2020.
There's Alderman Carl. I'll make a motion.
Okay, do we have a second?
Zilmo second.
Thank you very much. If no questions, roll call, please.
Hawley.
Nah.
Hawley, aye. Farrenwald.
Aye. Here.
Farrenwald, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mack. Mack, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zellman.
Aye.
Zellman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O. Steve-O. We'll come back. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander. Alexander, aye. Casidas.
Aye.
Casidas, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Steve-O. I can't hear you, Ellen.
Still muted.
Yeah, he's signed in as well as called in, so.
I heard him during the pledge.
Yeah, so did I. Steve-O on the minutes, aye or nay? Well, we have 11 ayes, Your Honor.
All right, okay. We'll move on to number 5. You could read that, Mr. City Clerk.
Sure. Public comment shall be by email only. Persons interested in making a public comment must email their public comment to rhoiser@cityofblueisland.org by October 27th, 2020 at 6 p.m. Emailed public comments received will be read during the public comment portion of the meeting by the city clerk, Randy Hoiser.
Do we have any comments?
We got one from Carol DePace Green.
Okay, if you could read it, please.
Sure. Thank you to the Blue Island Committee chairs for reading repeated public comments and committee members for listening and acting on requests for Blue Island Fire Department ambulance advanced life-saving services for the past 4 months, and finally voting to approve overdue ALS for Blue Island. Blue Island Committee chairs and members next need to hear and act on water consumer requests for the 20% water rate rollback without further delay. It has been determined the Blue Island Water Fund has nearly $1.5 million as of September 30, 2020, making the 20% rollback most appropriate in these difficult economic and pandemic times with so many poor working families without income. Please do not allow this unfair increase to continue on any longer or drag on for an additional 6 months. The City of Blue Island website is missing committee meeting minutes for all committees. Committees meeting minutes for all committee shall be readily accessible per transparency laws. For our current Blue Island elected officials, it should not take 4 months to act or take action in the best interest of the community, your constituents, or the public you are elected to serve. Blue Island deserves better government, not higher taxes, water rates, fees, or other proposed sidewalk share program. Blue Island property owners have skin in the game. Together, hashtag Blue Island Strong wishes to thank all of our October donors. Marcia Lee and the Tommy Lee Memorial Fund, Don Kelly Lorenzen and family, Kimberly Lopez, Gonzalo Campos and family of Carol Foster, Angelo Green, Blue Island Public Library, 37th Neighborhood Watch Group, DDE High School, Bombas Socks, Colgate Toothbrushes and Toothpaste, Funko Toys, The Brainstorming Warehouse, Kimberly Byrne, Patty Maroney, Bella Reyes, Victoria Torres, candidate for State Representative 28th District, Paris Walker Thomas, Ron Young, Blue Island Mayor Domingo Vargas, City Clerk Randy Hoiser, Alderman Johnny Hill, Alderman Dexter Johnson, Alderman Alan Stevo, and retired Alderman Nancy L. Thompson. Our next face mask, gloves, hand sanitizer, and food drive-through event is November 21st, 2020, 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. while supplies last.
Thank you very much. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. We're moving on to number 6, report of city officials. Number 1, under the mayor's annual library report. Do we have somebody from the library?
Yeah, Anna is here with us.
Okay, she can go.
We do. Hi, how are you? Good evening, and thank you for inviting me to share with you some of the accomplishments of the library in the Blue Island community over the past year. It's been a challenging year for delivery of library services, and I'd like to congratulate the library staff for their creativity, flexibility, resourcefulness, and dedication over the months of lockdown and then phased reopening of the library. Who would have thought how important Zoom would become at this time last year? The library building closed to the public on March 14 and remained completely closed until curbside pickup services of library materials began on May 13. As conditions continued to improve and restrictions were slowly lifting, the library created a reopening plan modeled after the phased Restore Illinois reopening plans shared by the governor's office. Throughout the pandemic, the library has sourced the necessary PPE and sanitization equipment to ensure that the building remains a safe space. In addition, the library has implemented various methods to reduce building capacity based on our region's phase in the pandemic. All staff and visitors to the library comply with local safety restrictions, including social distancing, mask wearing, and taking advantage of provided hand sanitizer and wipes. During the lockdown, library staff quickly switched gears and moved many planned programs and events online. Through virtual outreach on the library's social media and website, as well as new e-newsletters, library staff continue to serve educational, cultural, and recreational needs of Blue Island. Many events that had previously been planned to occur in person were adapted to virtual settings. And online programming includes story times, craft kits for pickup, book reviews, research assistance, and technology help provided through the library website, social media, and staff email. Throughout the past year, the library maintained engagement with the Blue Island community while working to visibly improve the facilities for the future. A competitive award for capital projects was funded through the Office of the Secretary of State, allowing the library to complete a restoration of the exterior stonework and a retubing of the original boiler. The Friends of the Library have done an amazing job of improving the landscape around the exterior of the building with planters, weeding, and seasonal flowers. The library is going green. ComEd Public Buildings Energy Efficiency Program, the library has begun replacing original fluorescent tube lighting with energy efficient LED lighting kits available for free to public buildings through the program. This project will continue over the coming year with plans to complete replacement of all older tube lighting in the building. The library will be brighter and consume less energy with this improvement. Last winter, the library collected gifts for the needy through a partnership with the Blue Island Robins Neighborhood Network. Through this collection, 75 families were able to celebrate the holidays with gifts for their children. Working with the Blue Island Robins Neighborhood Network, library staff donated over 150 masks to those in need. And in partnership with the Chicagoland Food Depository Summer Lunch Bus, the library served 2,500 meals in July and August to constituents in need. A grant from Age Options provided the library with $9,000 in virtual programming for seniors. Seniors enjoy virtual chair yoga, online Medicare workshops, virtual tours of Chicago landmarks, and much more. The library has received additional funding for Age Options for next year for a memory preservation project. The memory preservation project will provide tablets to record stories of Blue Islanders this winter. Oh, I lost you. Participants will be able to record their Blue Island stories and save them for an oral history project of Blue Island history. Programming for children and families includes the grab and go craft kits, story times, read-alongs, and book recommendations. Spanish language programming has also gone virtual with online ESL meetups, Spanish language presentations and crafts, and virtual story times. Technology Annex staff have contributed with workshops to assist constituents with software important for career advancement. Through funding provided by the Public Library Association and Google, Tech Annex staff shared educational workshops and demonstrations using Google products. In addition, the Tech Annex has hosted virtual education sessions on Microsoft Office and other educational programming using various technologies available through the library. The library has also increased the number of available Wi-Fi hotspots for checkout with 10 additional hotspots, decreasing the digital divide among Blue Islanders. Throughout the past year, the library has added over 3,400 additional items to the catalog for checkout. We have added 14 new online research databases, which are accessible through the library website and simultaneous search on the library card catalog search tab. Well, physical visitors is of course much lower this year. Downloading ebooks and online video streaming through Canopy has grown in popularity as patrons searched for ways to utilize library services virtually. These popular online materials can be accessed through an app on your smartphone, and just give us a call if you need any help with finding those apps and getting yourself downloading all the library materials. Through a grant funded through the Illinois State Historical Records Advisory Board and matching funding provided by the Friends of the Library, adult services staff were able to digitize library holdings of the Blue Island Sun Standard, all those historic newspapers that we've had. The Blue Island Sun Standard was inaccessible for many years as the microfilm reader was broken and replacement parts were unavailable. So the microfilm was beginning to deteriorate, and through this project, these records of Blue Island history have been preserved. Patrons can now access these important historical records from the library website. The other nice thing about this project is that a lot of these newspapers aren't available anywhere else, so we've really been able to preserve history that nobody could find anywhere else. So I'm really happy for that project. The library welcomed 3 new trustees to the board this past spring. The new board members have been actively working to get to know the library and other board members and are excited to serve during this challenging time. The library looks forward to working with the board as we develop a new strategic plan in 2021, and we welcome community input as we assess the needs of the community and the best ways to deliver library services to all. The library board regularly meets on the 3rd Wednesday of each month at 7 p.m. Pardon me. Agendas and meeting information are shared on the library website, as well as on the bulletin boards at the library entrance. Our meetings are also happening via Zoom right now, and the Zoom login information is on the agenda notice. Through the hard work of the library board and the creativity and resourcefulness of library staff, the library is on track to stay on budget this year. The 2019 audit is available for review on the library website, along with resolutions, agendas, and meeting minutes from the past few years. The 2020 resolution was passed on the October 21 board meeting and been shared with the city for inclusion in the tax levy for the year. The library events newsletter should be hitting the mailboxes of Blue Island residents in November with details for all our upcoming virtual programming listed. Although the Friends of the Library will not be hosting the annual open house this holiday season, they invite you to view a virtual tree lighting and holiday music on December 5th, and that'll be available through YouTube and Facebook. In addition, the Friends are commemorating the 50 years of our library building with honorary golden library cards for citizens who have been library card holders for many, many decades. If you have been a library card holder for many years, you can check your mailboxes in the coming weeks for an invitation to receive a golden library card. Yeah. And finally, our beloved children's librarian, Deb Beasley, is retiring at the end of October. Her last day is October 30. The library invites members of the public to visit the library and write a note on her giant card, which is located right at the circulation desk. Mrs. Beasley has served the children and families of Blue Island since 1986. She has instilled a love of literacy, tolerance, and lifelong curiosity in thousands of Blue Island youngsters, and we will miss her greatly. I encourage you all to check out the virtual Halloween that's going to be shown on Channel 4 this coming Saturday, October 31st. We put together a bunch of Halloween videos to share with you all for virtual Halloween. Those videos also will be shared this week on the library social media. So thank you so much for letting me share. I'm happy to take any questions if anyone has something.
Anyone? Any alderman? If not, thank you very much for your service to all the staff there, any volunteers, but everyone. Thank you very much from all of us here in the city of Blue Island.
Thank you. I believe Deb Beasley said she was going to be logging on tonight, but
I have not seen her.
I hope she's watching on YouTube, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
May I just say something about I might?
Go ahead.
If Mrs. Beasley is watching or she isn't, I want to thank her on behalf of our family. She's introduced our grandchildren to all kinds of wonderful books as recently as this weekend, and we will really miss her. She's been great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Alderman. Let me go into a little segue here. Number 2, a proclamation by myself and the City Council recognizing Mrs. Deborah Ciesla Beasley, and it reads as follows. Whereas growing up in the West Pullman neighborhood of Chicago, Deborah Ciesla took to reading at a very early age, and it was her way to escape her dreary working class existence, worthy of Oliver Twist. Reading was her passion, and it opened up the wider world to this sensitive and highly intelligent child. And whereas after graduating from Mother of Sorrows High School here in Blue Island, she decided to pursue journalism studies at Chicago's Columbia College, where she was mentored by many of the city's famed journalists. But it was Deborah's love of books that gave her life purpose, and rather than pursuing a journalism career, she decided her life was meant to be with books. And whereas in 1979, she found employment in the antiquarian book department located in the basement of the iconic and legendary Marshall Fields department store, where she served bibliophiles and her encyclopedic knowledge of books. And whereas Deborah married and took on a most perfect name for someone who would soon be considered one of Blue Island's greatest children's librarians, Mrs. Beasley. A working class woman raising 3 children, she always advocated for childhood literacy and education. And whereas joining the Blue Island Public Library in February 1986, she honed her library skills under the tutelage of a legendary librarian in her own right, Mrs. Beverly Heineman. After Mrs. Heineman's retirement, Mrs. Beasley was well prepared for her promotion to Children's Department Manager, where her love of books would serve her and the Blue Island community for well over 34 years, and where she was a valuable source for students, teachers, and library staff. She developed an outstanding juvenile collection, and well before it was common practice everywhere in library land, multiculturalism was an important goal in her library collection department, believing all children should see life themselves in the books they read. And whereas her story times were must-see events, performing them with a spirited, dramatic flair, and they went on whether one child or 100 children were present, her outreach to promote the library and literacy was evident in her many school visits and her grand library tours where school children visit a library on a field trip. And whereas her telling the tale of a patron who accidentally covered a book in spaghetti sauce was a popular high point of the tour, but more than book talk, Mrs. Beasley's empathy and care for children was always clear and present. And whereas she believed education and literacy was clearly important to a child's intellectual and emotional growth, but she also knew the presence of a caring adult who would listen to them was equally as important. Many youngsters who passed through her department were inspired by her to enter the library field. And now, therefore, I, Domingo F. Vargas, the mayor of the city of Blue Island, along with the aldermen, do hereby deem it an honor and a pleasure to extend this certificate of recognition to Mrs. Deborah Cecily Beasley for her contribution to this important civic institution, and the citizens of this community, especially this town's children, will always be remembered and cherished. In witness thereof, we put the seal. I'll need a motion and I'll need a second.
This Alderman Carr. I'll make a motion.
And do I have a second?
Zillman.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mack.
Aye.
Mack, aye. Carr. Carr. She seemed to have disappeared. Zillman.
Aye.
Zillman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O.
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Costas.
Absolutely. Aye.
Costas, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. And if I could vote, I'd vote aye as well. My kids all enjoyed her very much. 11 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. And again, it's a pleasure and an honor to do this on behalf of the city for Miss Beasley. She will be missed, but never forgotten. Thank you very much, Mrs. Beasley. Thank you. Move on to number 3, mayor's announcements. Aldermen and resident city of Blue Island, as you are aware, yesterday the governor, we saw in the media, which will take an effect within a couple hours, the new, what they call them, the mitigation requirements regarding COVID now, the resurgence of COVID-19, the new mitigation requirements. I'm just going to go over them very briefly. They are as follows. All bars close at 11 p.m. and may reopen no earlier than 6 a.m. the following day. No, I repeat, no indoor service. All bar patrons should be seated at tables outside. No ordering, seating, or congregating at a bar. Bar stools should be removed. Tables should be 6 feet apart. no standing or congregating inside or outside doors while waiting for a table or exiting, no dancing or standing indoors, reservations required for each party, no seating of multiple parties at one table. Regarding restaurants are the following. All restaurants close at 11 p.m. and may reopen no earlier than 6 a.m. the following day. No indoor dining or bar service. Tables should be 6 feet apart. No standing or congregating indoors, outdoors while waiting for a table or exiting. Reservations required for each party. No seating of multiple parties at one table. Regarding meetings, social events, and gatherings are the following. Limit to lesser of 25 guests or 25% of overall room capacity, both indoors and outdoors. No party buses. This includes weddings, funerals, potlucks, etc. Gaming and casinos closed at 11 p.m. are limited to 25% capacity and follow mitigations for bars and restaurants if applicable. No change as to organized groups. All sports guidance effective August 15, 2020 remain in effect. Outdoor activities not included in the above exposure settings continue per current DCEO guidance. Again, you can find additional information and this information on our website, on our Channel 4, all our social medias. We have sent some correspondence to our local businesses, and we'll continue reaching out to the general public regarding that. Let me move on to number 2. Next month, and we're trying to get a date together from our staff, Cook County President Tony Preckwinkle will pay us a visit to assist us in the groundbreaking ceremony for the 119th event sense. We'll put out an invitation to all the aldermen, and specifically the aldermen from that ward. And so we're shooting for a date in mid to late November 2020 regarding that. I do have some other good information. The Southwest Conference of Mayors, their subcommittee or the Committee of Transportation, on October the 20th, 2020, the Southwest Conference of Mayors approved for the fiscal year 2021 through 2025 local program, which includes funding for the Division Street renovation from Vermont Street to Broadway. In addition to that, they've also allowed funding for the Western Avenue two-way reconfiguration. So that is also another amount of money for the engineering and other costs regarding converting Western Avenue from 127th going south to Grove Street, and I will provide the alderman more information as I get it. Next, I want to congratulate and wish him the best of luck to Mr. Jim McGeever from the Blue Island Police Department. He was also a big part, a major part in 911 Center. He is retiring after 35 years of service, and we want to congratulate him for all those years. Again, he will be missed but never forgotten. To Mr. Jim McGeever on that. This afternoon, I had a meeting with Chief Arzab, and I'm going to read the following. It's a letter addressed to both myself and to you, the City Council. It is with great excitement, but obvious sadness, that I announce my retirement as Chief of Police for the City of Blue Island effective January the 8th, 2021. I have not reached this important career decision without enormous thought and reflection, and I'm looking forward to new opportunities in my life. I would like to thank you, Mayor Vargas, and the City Council for the opportunity to serve as the leader of one of the finest police departments. The real value of the department rests with the men and women who sacrifice and give up so much each and every day to this community. There is no doubt that current leadership will continue to move this department forward in a direction to further strengthen the community in one way we are all very proud to be part of. I am proud to leave behind a department that is rich with achievements and prepared for the future. While I look forward to my retirement, I enjoyed serving the Blue Island community for over 23 years and am proud of the progress we have made in the last 3 years and the friends I have made. I'm also very grateful for the relationships I made with many other city employees. department heads, many law enforcement leaders, and leaders in the community. I've had the honor and privilege of leading one of the finest police departments. I will forever be grateful for the opportunity. During my tenure as chief of police, and especially in recent months, I have had the pleasure of having countless conversations with community members of all walks of life, expressing their gratitude and support of the men and women of the Blue Island Police Department. These are very proud moments, and it touches my heart to know that most see the true face of their police department. My hope is that the men and women of the Blue Island Police Department will be allowed to continue to perform their jobs according to state law without prejudice, and that politics will not prevail over public safety. Best regards, Chief Bernardine, RZAB, Blue Island Police Department. And I give that information to you as alderman. Next, I want to thank all the volunteers throughout our city who have been assisting not only myself, but on their own, cleaning up and beautifying our beautiful city from north to south to east and west. Next, again, this is the month of November. Shop local, shop Blue Island. And we're moving into winter preparations. I know our Public Works Department is unfortunately, gearing up for winter here in Blue Island, and we got to be ready because we know it's just around the corner. As you know, renovation is still continuing on the Western Avenue Bridge. It's going very well. They're on schedule. The same way with the Calsag Trail. They're doing some last-minute tweaking here and there. And there's going to possibly be some railroad crossing improvements and repairs throughout the city of Blue Island. So I want to make you all aware of that. Next, we have City Clerk. Any business?
No business.
Any bids?
No bids.
All right. Next, City Treasurers. We need a motion for the approval of interstate fund transfers from unrestricted and restricted accounts. I need a motion and a second.
Holly moves.
Thank
Andy
you.
Hill, second.
Thank you, sir. If no questions, I'll need a roll call.
Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mac.
Aye.
Mac, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zillman.
Aye.
Zillman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O.
No.
Steve-O, no. Johnson.
No.
Johnson, no. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Cossidus.
Aye.
Cossidus, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Next, we move on to cash collections report. Do we need a motion and a second on that one or no?
No.
All right. We move on to that. Treasurer's announcements, none. City Attorney, any business?
No report, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Community reports, Community Development Committee. Anything?
Our next meeting
I
is
know- go
tomorrow
ahead.
at 7.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Finance Committee.
Thank you, Your Honor. Finance Committee, we met yesterday. A couple items before us tonight. I'd like to make a motion for approval of the payroll for October 16th, 2020. It's in the amount of $505,804.18. Just want to quickly note, though, this is a little higher. There was back pay in this for the members of the Ask Me bargaining unit, and then there's also money for the uniform allowance for the fire department. So it should be going
Thank you
back
much.
down. There's just a little extra because of some collective bargaining results.
All right. Thank you. So we got a motion. Do we have a second?
A second, Zillman.
All right. Thank you. Any questions? If not, I need a roll call.
Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Aye. Mac.
Aye.
Mac, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zillman.
Aye.
Zillman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O.
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Cossidus.
Aye.
Cossidus, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. 12 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
All right. Next, I would like to make a motion for approval of the accounts payable for October the 28th, 2020, in the amount of $118,839.86.
Got a motion. I need a second.
Alderman Hill, second.
Thank you. If no questions, roll call, please.
On a question. Page
Go ahead.
6, Montana and Welch. I'd like
Mr. Stevo, you're breaking up. That's what I can't hear. Can we repeat it again, please?
on page 6, Montana and Welch. I would like to remove that from the accounts payable. On page 6, accounts payable, I would like to remove that from the accounts payable, please.
Okay. You want to give a reason?
I think it's unnecessary expense. We already have a city attorneys.
Got it. Thank you. Any other questions? Go ahead. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, Domingo. There no other questions or?
All right. And then roll call, please.
So is it coming out or is it not coming out?
There would have to be a second.
No second.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead.
Roll call.
Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
No.
Hold on, time out. Are we voting on the original motion I made?
Correct.
Okay. I just want to clarify. Sorry, I was even confused what we were
Okay,
voting
so-
on. Thank you.
So Hill, we're voting on the accounts payable as presented. Hill,
Say that again. I didn't hear you. You're breaking up.
the accounts payable as presented for $118,839.86.
Yes, I would like to vote on that. Yes.
Okay. Hill, aye. Mech.
Aye.
Mech, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zillman.
Aye.
Zillman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Stevo.
No,
Stevo, no. Johnson.
no,
Right.
No.
Stevo, no. Johnson, no. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Cossidus.
Aye.
Cossidus, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Let me just scroll back up here. Next, I have a motion for approval of a resolution number 2020-0-44. It's a resolution authorizing participation of the city of Blue Island in the Illinois Transportation Enhancement Program and committing funds to pay for the city's share of preliminary engineering, design, and construction expenses. This is, I believe, for pedestrian improvements on Vincennes Road. Eric, was it from 119th Street to 127?
Oh, Alderman Donahue. Yes. So this is pedestrian improvements along Western Avenue, Vincennes Road, 127th Street, and Vermont Street. And both Western Avenue and Vincennes are between 127th and 119th.
All right. So we got a motion. Do we have a second?
Second, Casares.
Thank you.
I have
No questions? Roll call.
a question, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Did this come through Municipal Services Committee?
Alderman Turmoil, this is Alderman Carr.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Alderman.
It did come through our committee, and we passed it through to finance.
Okay. Senior moment there.
It first went through us, and then it went through community development, I believe, and then to finance.
Thank you.
All right. We got a motion. We got a second. Roll call.
Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mack.
Aye.
Mac, aye. Carr,
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zillman,
Aye.
Zillman, aye. Clinker,
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O,
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson,
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander,
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Costas,
Aye.
Costas, aye. Donahue,
Aye.
Donahue, aye. 12 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Alderman.
All right. Finally, number 4, resolution number 2020-045. It's a resolution approving and authorizing a contract with Hanover Insurance Company for commercial property insurance for 2020 to 2021 to insure real property and business personal property of the city. Just way of background, this is to ensure it's like City Hall, the fire department, or fire stations, police station. Measure Insurance, our insurance broker, went out. They solicited 3 companies. Hanover came back. This is a $2,300 increase compared to last year. So the total for this year is $28,449.
Thank you, Alderman.
So I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Okay, you got a motion. Do we have a second? Do we have a second?
I'll second it. Alderman Carr.
Thank you. If no questions, roll call.
On a question, Alderman Steve-O?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Kevin, Alderman Donahue, did the Finance Committee or go through the, ask a quote from the RMA, Risk Management Association of the Illinois Municipal League?
Hey, Alderman Steve-O, can you repeat your question? I got bits and pieces of it, but not the full thing.
I'm asking if you received a quote from the RMA, Risk Management Association of the Municipal League.
That was not presented to us yesterday. Topeka, the finance director, just presented this Hanover because she said it was the best option. I'm not sure if Topeka's on, if she could speak to that directly.
I would like to table this until we get a quote from them because they have been given very favorable quotes, and we are a member of the Illinois Municipal League. I think we would save money by doing it.
All right. The only concern for me is, do we have a time limit on this or timeline on it?
I believe it's November 1st is when this goes into effect.
Okay. So we would be uninsured by that time.
I'm looking at, I'm sorry, I just finally pulled this up on here. I'm trying to look to see if it included all 3 quotes or if it was just the one from Hanover.
Liberty Mutual is on there.
Right.
And Hanover is on there. Those are the only 2 that are on.
Yeah, so it says the incumbent carrier Hanover has provided the best pricing with no change terms, with Liberty Mutual offering a competitive quote, but higher in price with a number of terms that are less attractive in coverage. Other markets approach are included on the comparison sheet, which this is on. This is like page 45 of 61 in our packet, for anyone looking to follow along.
This is Alderman Steve. I think we need a new broker, and I think we need to get a quote from RMA. We owe it to the taxpayers and the residents, to be fair and honest, Alderman Donahue.
You know, I'm all about fair and honesty, Alderman Steve-O, but there's a timeline and a deadline, and I believe these are fair and honest quotes that were received through our professional staff at the city, through professionals at Mesro Financial. So I'm still comfortable going ahead with what was presented to the Finance Committee at our last meeting and what's being presented to City Council tonight.
Alderman Donahue, keep on doing this. At the very last minute, you spring this on us. You're not being fair to the taxpayers. You're not being fair to the residents. And when will your behavior stop, Alderman Donahue? It's the taxpayers' money, and they're paying a penalty because of your malfeasance.
Alderman Steve-O, I'm only responding because you said my name again. I don't know what malfeasance. We have professional staff that brings these items to committee. the staff sends it. So there's no malfeasance on my part, and I don't know if there's malfeasance on staff's part. Our person
All right.
knew. She's still learning.
There's
this
a
stuff,
motion,
so
there's a
I
motion, and there's
think
a
you saying
second.
there's
Again, it's
malfeasance
time
is out of
sensitive.
line and completely inappropriate.
Alderman Donahue, this is being brought up at the council meeting because you lock aldermen out of your finance meeting. You don't want to hear what the aldermen say. You lock us out.
Problem having to hear what aldermen say, but you're calling what I'm doing malfeasance, going after staff, saying what they're doing is malfeasance.
There's a motion. Do we have a second?
Can I say something, Jim Clinker?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a member of the finance committee, and I'm kind of a little aggravated that Mr. Stevo's saying that we're bringing this at the last minute. We got this last night. Just like when we got the quote for the bike trail and all that stuff, we got that the night before. So this isn't the finance committee bringing stuff up at the last minute, and it's not our fault that this is due to expire before we could get another quote. So I just want to stick up for the members of the finance committee and tell everyone that. Thank you.
Alderman Clinker, yes, it is your fault, Alderman Clinker. It is your fault.
Alderman Stevo.
Because you're not demanding.
Alderman
Mayor,
Stevo.
I move on the previous
Order.
question. He's just going to.
You know
need
what,
a motion.
Mr. Stevo,
I need a
I've
motion,
asked for
and I need
things
a
and it takes
second.
forever to get it anyway. So this is, you know
I
what?
need
It's
a
par for
motion
the course.
and a
Second, it's
second.
motioned and been seconded. Holly.
All right, roll call.
Holly.
Roll call.
Yeah, Holly. Tom. Can't hear you, Tom.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mac.
Aye.
Mac, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zillman.
Aye.
Zillman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Stevo.
No,
Stevo, no. Johnson.
I'm gonna vote aye, but I believe that, other aldermen should be able to give their knowledge in different committees.
Johnson, aye.
Thank you very much, Alderman.
Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Costas.
Aye.
Costas, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. 11 ayes and 1 no, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Anything else,
That's it,
Alderman?
Mayor, our next meeting is going to be Monday, November the 9th at 6 p.m.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Public Health and Safety Committee.
I have no report. Our next meeting is the 17th, November 17th at 6 p.m. And the item that's on the agenda, I have no clue how that got on there. We're going to have to
Okay.
hold off on that because the committee
That's
actually voted to pass that on to finance and municipal
that's fine.
services. So
Oh, we'll table that. We're just not bringing it. Municipal Services Committee.
Yes, Your Honor. I've got the minutes from the meeting of October the 13th. Present were Jim Polstro, Eric Alvarez, Kimberly Byrne, Ted Ruthenberg, Alderman Meck, Alderman Farnwald, Alderman Stevo, and Alderman Carr. Absent were Betty Harmeyer, Bob Jackson, and Alderman Rita. Also present was Randy Heuser. The meeting was called to order at 6:05. There was no public comment. Under Public Works, Jim Polstro gave his report for the month of September. Alderman Stevo asked if the pump station on Vincennes was repaired. Mr. Polstro said MWRD was out that morning. He also stated that the altitude valve had been ordered. Alderman Farnwald mentioned the restricted parking for Western Avenue and asked when the signs would be put up. Mr. Polstro said the signs had been ordered and it should be a week or two before they are put up. There were 2 handicap parking requests, one at 2416 New Street and one at 2551 Grove Street. There was a motion to approve by Alderman Stevo, second by Alderman Farnwald. All in favor, motion carried. Kimberly Byrne, chairman of the Blue Island Building Board of Appeals, joined the meeting. She gave her presentation about reconsidering parking lots in Uptown Blue Island. The area at Vermont and Western is growing business-wise, and the parking lot located there is being utilized more and more. She mentioned several businesses that use the parking lot now and said that it will become a problem. She is urging the council to start planning ahead for solutions. The short-term solution would be to install parking vending machines in heavily used city parking lots. It would offer an opportunity to control parking and encourage ride sharing. The long-term solution would be to consider multi-level parking facilities following the city established design and height requirements. Both would provide a stream of revenue to the city. Alderman Stevo asked that this be kept on the agenda for a municipal services November meeting. Alderman Carr said that this does not really belong in this committee and would be better suited to community development and possibly public health and safety, so that the police department could consider what manpower would be needed as they would be enforcing any regulations. Alderman Fernwald agreed that the primary committee should be community development. Under the water department, Betty Harmeyer had sent the water report in for the alderman to review. The current delinquent balance is $34,155.48. Ms. Harmeyer has been doing an excellent job in collection of accounts and arrears. Under the John D. Rec Center, Bob Jackson sent the Rec Center report in for the alderman to review. The aldermen were sent photos of the sign that had been vandalized, along with a photo of the repairs done by Public Works. There was an incident in September where additional vandalism occurred. There had also been some complaints about people parking at the Rec Center and sleeping in their vehicles. Under the golf course, Ted Ruthenberg gave a financial report comparing this year to last year. The golf course has a current profit of approximately $328,000. Alderman Carr asked about estimates for netting to protect the homes on Elm Drive. Mr. Ruthenberg said he was still waiting on a second quote, along with quotes for netting along 123rd Street. Under Robinson Engineering, Eric Alvarez had two items on the agenda. The first was the LED lighting program. There was a request for proposals put out by Elevate Energy to replace in 2 phases the old streetlights with LED streetlights. The cost of the loan would be paid by the cost savings to the city. They have received 4 quotations, with the lowest being from H&H Electric. Mr. Alvarez presented a brief overview of cost and savings. A loan would last for 10 years, the approximate life of the equipment. It would cost $64,700 from TIF 5. The CDBG loan would be $100,000. The monthly payment would be $965. Savings to the city would be approximately $2,000 a month. Alderman Stevo asked how much Robinson would be charging the city. Mr. Alvarez said that H&H would be the billing entity, but that some oversight should be provided for coordination between ComEd and the city. Alderman Carr asked if this included new poles. Mr. Alvarez answered that this only included the light fixture and not poles. Alderman Carr asked if Robinson had a chance to review the sewer plan from Joel Werner. Mr. Alvarez said that they currently had it being reviewed and modeled by EDI along with the MWRD. Alderman Carr asked about the engineering design and survey, which was to be started on September 15th. Mr. Alvarez said that the alley reconstruction and bioswale project survey was complete. Alderman Stevo also asked about the Joel Werner plan and who would be paying for the drilling on the bioswale project and if the projects could be speeded up. Mr. Alvarez said that they are working on the project on a number of fronts. Alderman Fernwald asked if we could be given a timeline. Mr. Alvarez said that the hydraulic relief sewer had not been modeled yet. Short scale time would be next year. Large scale relief sewer could be 3 to 10 years. Alderman Fernwald talked about a possible resource through the city for homeowners to help them deal with the flooding problems. There were no alderman concerns. There was a motion to adjourn by Alderman Stevo, second by Alderman Meck. Meeting ended at 6:59. Our next regular meeting will be November the 10th at 6 p.m. I have a ordinance number 2020-042, an ordinance rescinding handicap parking restrictions at 2336 122nd Street and 12809 South Hoyne in the city of Blue Island, county of Cook, and state of Illinois. I'm making a motion on that. I need a second.
Yeah, do we have a second?
Zolman, a second.
Thank you. If no questions, roll call, please.
Ollie.
Aye.
Ollie, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Fernwald, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mack.
Aye.
Mack, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zillman.
Aye.
Zillman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O. Steve-O. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Costas.
Aye.
Costas, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Steve-O on the rescind handicap. We've got 11 ayes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We move on to the Judiciary Committee. Any report?
There was no meeting, sir.
All right, thank you. Number 7, any aldermanic announcements or comments?
I'd like to make one if I could quickly.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I just would like to speak in support of a couple of points that Alderman Steve-O made a little earlier. One, I would really appreciate it if the committee chair would consider opening committee discussion to aldermen who don't sit on the committee when there are relevant things to be discussed. And because I just think it's more efficient if we can bring up issues before they get here. It just makes sense to me. And second, we have had to vote kind of last minute. We did tonight, and we did, I think, last time on some things. And I would request that our staff present items to committees in time enough that, if we need to set it back for, rebid or whatever, that we are able to do that. I really don't like to, I felt like I had to vote on this tonight. Yes, I don't like that. So I'd appreciate if we could not have that happen anymore.
We'll inform the staff.
I have something to say. I think if we have a personal problem with each other or we have a comment to make, we could call each other or text each other prior to this meeting. It's very embarrassing as a council. We sit here and argue on live TV. That's just my comment.
Thank you very much, Alderman. Any other comments?
I might just, there is the Open Meetings Act, so we have to be careful about that.
I agree, but one phone call to one alderman to another alderman with a problem is better than airing it out on this TV.
I understand.
Thank you. If no other thing, I'll need a motion for adjournment, please.
This is Alderman Alexander.
Go ahead, Alderman. Go ahead.
Have you set a date for a meeting for the civil rights?
Yeah, it's on the 20. It's this week on the 29th at 2 p.m.
It's going to be Zoom, right?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much. I'll need a motion for adjournment. Motion second.
Motion
Donahue
second.
moves.
And then I'll need a roll call, please.
Okay, hang on a second here. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Fernwald.
Aye.
Fernwald, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mack.
Aye.
Mack, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zillman.
Aye.
Zillman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Costas.
Aye.
Costas, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. 11 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Everyone be safe. Thank you.
Alderman,
Have a good one.
this is Alderman Hill. Mayor, on the 119th, will you get back to us with a date on that for the groundbreaking?
Yes, again, we're still working with the staff of President Tony Preckwinkle as to getting a date. She wanted something mid to late November, and as soon as we get that, we'll inform the whole council and specifically you two, Alderman Mack and yourself, as to that date.
Okay, thank you.